Okay, we're live. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the Volairen show. Volairen, and so before we begin, we will be playing Stellaris. We'll be continuing our game that we've been playing for the past few shows now. But I did want to talk about a couple things first. And I want to get in the habit of doing so is so I just want to let you guys know that I recently changed memberships. You know, not like no pressure to join. If you want to join, that's great. I just want to let you know it's available. If you do become a member, it's there are a lot better perks now. I think, like, more realistic too, something that actually I would think, at least for me as a subscriber, you know, if I was a subscriber, I would want, you know, what would make me want to get a membership and make that worth it to me? Well, you know, I sat down and I thought about it and I was like, okay, so the first off, there's only one type of membership. Like, there's only one level. So you know, because right now at this moment I have no memberships, and that's okay. But obviously I'd like to change that and actually want to just a community, you know, a member community. I want to get that started. So there's just one level right now. I figured, okay, just one level to think about, and it has, you know, everything I want to do so far. And this is what I want to do. I thought about it more. I was like, okay, so for one, I'm gonna start making member only videos every so many members. So right now it's 10, so every 10 members, you know, I will dedicate a video to that. It'll either be about something personal, you know, something you may not be able to get from my regular videos or whatever, you know, but I want to dedicate a video of some kind to that. So basically extra content if you join. Also, I will have member only live streams where I'll spend time with you guys and we'll just chill and we'll have fun and we'll shoot the shit and just have a good old time. And also, what that will also do is you'll have an opportunity to meet and interact with each other, make friends, that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, you know, just like if you join the Discord, if, you know, you join memberships and you have that in common, you know, that can create a bond. So socially, it's a good idea too. So that's the other thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for, you know, people to get on, join the club, and just kind of, you know, and mingle and get to know each other and at these live streams. So I'll have dedicated live streams to members as well. So the other thing that I'm gonna be offering here is I'm gonna start hosting events. Right now, that's the other thing I want to talk about. I am seriously wanting to set up a Stellaris co-op event. If you're interested in that, even if you're not a member, let me know. But at these events in the future, once I get a membership community, I will start usually exclude, you know, with a few exceptions maybe here and there, but the majority of the people I will pick to participate with me in these events, such as a you know, co-op, Stellaris co-op, or other multiplayer events, will be picked from the membership group. So you'll have a chance to participate in the many events that I will host, and I'll host more and more of them as they become more and more successful. That's my plan anyway. This is what I'm thinking about right now, because, you know, I want to come out with something here that works. I want to give value to you guys. You know, so, and, you know, this is all for just $5, and I don't really think it needs to get any higher than that. If we get enough members and you guys start pushing for, you know, more perks and higher levels, then I will consider that, obviously, and we can do that, cross that bridge when we get to it. But for right now, I really just, you know, I want to be humble and just say, hey, you know, it's a flat rate for everyone. So, like I said, the most important thing to me is getting this community started, getting a community of members that are very serious about the channel. And that's the other thing you actually are getting that isn't really on paper, is when you do join, you know, a member, and this goes for any channel, like, you know, that means something. Like, you're actually serious and dedicated channel. You support the channel, you know, in a big way. And even just $5 is like, you know, more than I could ever ask for, you know. And so, especially if you're a member, you know, I'm going to take that into consideration. Absolutely. You know, so if you DM me, if you reach out to me, contact me, I'm going to take, you know, I'm going to prioritize, you know, members for sure. You know, if you're that dedicated to the channel, I definitely want to take you seriously for sure. So, like, so yeah, it shows, you know, commitment to the channel, and I want people to invest in my channel, right? I view it as like, you know, think of this as like an investment, right? Which is how I look at it. You know, I invest this, and then I get this in return. So that's the attitude I want to have. You know, I would love people to invest in my channel, and because then with that, we can do great things together. So that's my pitch for smashing the join button. So if you are interested in that, you know, the join button is there. It's been there for a long time, and you know, but at the same time, if you choose not to become a member, that's okay. I understand. I actually, to come clean, as a viewer myself of YouTube, which I view YouTube constantly, I don't have a single membership. So, you know, I'll out myself as a hypocrite right here, right now. Like, you know, there's been a couple channels I've come across where I've thought, you know, that guy deserves some of my money, but, you know, it's just not something I'm used to doing. So if you're in the same boat as me, I understand. Okay, I understand. I'm not hating on anybody. You know, I'm not begging for money. I'm not like, you know, but I think actually, like I said, getting a membership community started, I think would be so, like, just having that would be so cool. Like, just having people, you know, like that are dedicated like that, they're investing in, having investors in my channel, I think would be amazing, regardless of what the monetary amount is. You know, because then it can always grow, and, you know, we can grow it together. But anyway, so that's my pitch for that. But again, so I want to get to the events. So we're gonna have a Stellaris live co-op event, to be determined. You know, date to be determined. You know, I've got to get people interested first. So if you are interested, if you've always wanted to play with me, or if we've always wanted to play Stellaris co-op, and, you know, you didn't have anybody to play with or whatever, and you're a fan of the channel, hit me up, get on Discord, you know, send me a DM, and honestly, also, I encourage people, you know, before you hit the join button, join Discord. You know, join Discord, get involved, see if it's for you. You know, DM me, ask me anything. Honestly, I'm really, you know, I've been away for several months. Not like away, but like I've been very busy. You know, I had to move to another country, but now I'm in that country and I'm established and I'm set up. So I really, you know, I am rolling hard now on this channel, harder than I think than I've ever have, and and I'm very motivated. So, you know, I'm very motivated to engage with you guys and everything, and you know, so yeah, I just want to put that out there. You know, hit me up, ask me, you know, tell me your availability. We'll discuss it from there. But yeah, if you're interested at all in the Stellaris, a future Stellaris co-op event, you know, it's gonna be shown live on my channel. and you're interested in participating in that, let me know. As of right now, I don't have any members, so obviously if I get members between now and then, I will pick the members first. But if I don't have any members, I can very well pick you, if you're not a member. So it's really, right now it's first come first serve, and once we get enough people together to do this, then I will set a date. I will post it on my channel. I'll let people know in Discord. I'll advertise the date and everything, and then we'll go ahead and meet up, and then we'll have that event, and it'll be and I'll live stream it. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I think there's something else, but I think that's it for now, really, that I wanted to talk about. Let's get to playing Stellaris. But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, I have, like I said, I've been coming out with lots of content, more in a short space of time than I think I ever have. So just keep checking my channel regularly for new releases and stuff. If you haven't subscribed, that's great. If you want to do that, especially if you hit the bell, it should, not always. There's a lot of YouTubers complaining about that right now, where where you hit the bell and it still doesn't notify you. Whatever. I mean, just do what you can. If you want to get notified about my future content, it's well appreciated. So, and I also want to say, before I'm done here, just thank you in general for any engagement. Honestly, any engagement you have with this channel, whether it's repeated views, likes, whether you're the guy that likes my videos, even if they didn't watch it, to a full subscription, to even considering smashing the join button, or just leaving a comment in Discord or on one of my videos, very greatly appreciated. I highly encourage you to do that if you're interested in that. All of that engagement is encouraged, and it helps my channel. So I just want to say that even if you can't get a membership, there are many other ways to help support my channel, and I appreciate those. So wanted to make that clear. Anyway, let's I'm gonna open up chat real quick on my phone. So paycheck's coming soon for me personally, and so I will be able to I'm gonna be able to get a monitor next month for sure. See, hey man, I've been watching your shorts for a while now. I don't see a lot of people here, but I love your content. Yeah, thanks Teabags, welcome dude. Yeah, I mean, it's not really, the live stream community isn't huge yet, and that's kind of another thing I'm working on too. But I mean, I just need to more consistent with it, and I have been lately. So thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. And again, welcome. And so if you stick around, you'll get to watch me play Stellaris. So right now, let's get to Stellaris. These so we are destroying this guy right now, this empire. We're gonna vassalize them for sure. We're making really good pace against the war exhaustion clock. What we got really lucky with is that my first time seeing you live, but it's late in the night where I'm at. Yeah, no problem, Teabags. If you gotta go, that's cool, dude. But thanks for stopping by, dude. I appreciate it. I hope to see you again. So we got lucky, and 2 of this guy's vassals did not go to war with us. So that was a cool thing. So we only had to focus on this guy. Right now, we are bombarding their planets into submission. Let me just make sure this guy's doing it. Okay, he's not. What is he doing? Okay, he's just chilling. So I think we were going to... Yeah, we got to get this down here. I don't think there's anything here either, so yeah, but so this time I had a different approach. In the other wars with these guys, I failed, I think, because I didn't just this time I just want to I decided to just take the planets over, all of the home planets, or all the home planets, to take them over first, and now I'm bombarding them into submission, and not even really using troops at all, though I probably should start doing that. So we just use our transport ships and captured that system there. See if there's something else we could use our troops on. This one's about to submit, which is great. So have them keep it up, and yeah, we've got a lot of fleet power right now. We have a stupid amount of economy. Don't let the energy credit fool you. We have 800 alloy gain. We can easily just keep selling alloys and flood the market. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we're in a very good spot this game. It was shaky at first because, see, the problem, so we picked synthetic fertility, which is a great origin, but its biggest weakness is right in the beginning, because in the beginning of the game, you lose most of your pops in the beginning of the game. There's a transition period between having enough robots and having enough pops, and as your pops die, you get weaker and weaker until you have enough robots to fill in the gaps and bounce back from that near collapse. And while that's happening, you could discover hostile empires that could take advantage of that, and that almost happened with this empire, but then we were able to keep them from going to war with us, maybe by sheer luck, but now we're doing very well. So go ahead and run the clock. This fleet here, we can't do anything more here, because actually what we can do, this isn't taken over. Let's bombard this planet for sure. And then we're going to bombard this one as well. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not taken over? Oh, no, we need to take that over for sure. So
engaging hostile station. Our station is under assault.
All right, that got cleared. We're going to go ahead and clear this one next. I wonder what station it says assault. So there's a lot of planets here. Fun, fun, fun. Could be pinging off of those. Oh yeah, okay, so we need to tell this guy what to do. Think we have fleets over here. So if they try to come from here, it's not gonna work for them. So yeah, why don't we just continue on this planet here?
Engaging hostile forces.
Oh, this doesn't have a leader, so we need to hire one. Just hire that guy. Now we can explore that nebula there.
Engaging hostile station.
Okay. Guard that. So it's gonna go a little slow because I have my forces divided so much. Okay. Okay, they're indiscriminate. Alright, good. Gotta make sure they're on indiscriminate so they bombard faster. The selective never cuts it. Okay. Last planet, and then we can start, I think, just bombarding. They're 96% or 96 acceptance away from surrendering. Because that's what we want to get. We want to get them to that point. Outrage.
Engaging hostile forces. Construction completed.
Oh, we have a habitat. We can colonize. There we go. We also been making habitats like crazy and been populating them very fast. Let's see. Let's take a look at our orbitals. See if the construction ship is almost done. Okay. 89% done with the orbital, so we'll come back to that later. So now that we have a lot of science or research positions open, we're going to start resettling all the unemployed pops that we've had over the years. Okay, interesting. We don't have that many unemployed anymore. They must be automatically resettling. So I think we'll do that. Actually, let's go to the new fortress habitat. Okay, so we have enough. So what we're gonna have to do here, we're gonna have to make a lot more strong. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we do need to make robot assembly. Sure. And I think we need to take a construction ship and build orbitals here to increase the amount of building slots we get. Yeah, there's still a lot of work that can be done here. Not letting me right click. Interesting. Oh, he's not allowed to go. Because we got a stupid pirate in our empire. That's alright, I don't want to grab a construction far away anyway. I think this is the... Okay. So we're we're just going to build a lot of orbitals. We can build an orbital ring on that. Why not? All right, let's run the clock. Hopefully that'll get us some more naval capacity. It should. Since we're here, we'll bombard this planet. We have so many armies. Annoying. But now we'll start the painful process of capturing all these planets. That's going to take a while. That'll be soon. This guy. I'm going to use my outlier to just switch between... Yeah, so these are going to get bombarded pretty quickly.
Red alert. So, spaceport under fire.
This one is... needs another target. So as you can see, the computer's being turds and buying transport ships. Need to get these planets before they get too many armies on them. So we'll take this first. Now, actually, we might have some good news. Actually, no, they're stronger than our fleet here, so we will just see if I can take them over. I don't want to bite off more than I could chew, though. Now, they're guaranteeing the independence, so that's, yeah, that's like having a defensive pact. So we're not fighting those guys right now.
Engaging hostile station. Engaging hostile forces. Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
This guy's done. Up here. Now, we're getting spaceport under attack signals, even though it's not really legit. Actually, what I want to do with this guy, I have naval capacity now, but low energy credits. Might be all the habitats that I bought. Okay, so got a lot of technicians now. So I built a stronghold here. That's weird. Yeah, we need to build more reactor districts, and I think we also need to resettle some guys over here. Get us some more energy credits. All right. So our unemployment problem has been resolved. And so that is good. Unfortunately, we're negative in energy credits. So I think eventually we're probably going to have to build a Dyson sphere or something. It's just the way it is. But for right now, we'll just continue because we have plenty of income in other areas. Like, for example, selling alloys is very lucrative because we have so much. Hey, how's it going, Seth? So we're gonna monitor our fleets here when they're, when they signal us. You just look at the symbol here and see what they're doing.
Our station is under assault.
So these guys are done. Okay, so that's a pirate, right? What about the pirates? They made they made a fleet even though they don't have a starbase here and they don't they have no means to make ships, but they did it. Yeah, don't understand. Well, whatever. Maybe in a stupid event or something. But yeah, I'll just keep monitoring the military fleets. I'm not gonna bounce around the map looking at this stuff. Okay, that one's done.
Engaging hostile station.
Oh, captured that one. Great. So, what do we do now? This one's not captured yet. Pretty good. How about you? I'm doing really good, man. See, that makes sense. How could they make a fleet? Yeah, honestly, I might clip that, to be honest. I might download this live stream and clip that. Be like, Paradox, what the fuck? Explain this to me, Paradox, that kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah. All right, so they're finished. Let's here.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
I actually want to reinforce this fleet. Actually, what I want to do... Okay, hold on. I realize now that I need to move all the ships. And what we're going to do instead, we're going to add our new battleship class. And we're going to max that out. And we're going to reinforce this fleet. Yeah. Our enormous amount of alloys. We're going to keep monitoring our fleets, existing fleets here.
Colony establishment has begun.
Let me make sure I made my battleship right. Yeah. Carrier computer, good. We'll see how this does. Part of me is like, you should just make everything capacitors. But, I have the power to do it. But, I think this is a okay balance. I think this, the orbital bombardment damage, will really help. later on, if I've conquered the whole galaxy, I can probably switch this out with like capacitors and a shield hardener. But like, yeah, I got battleships. So, what you want to do, so this is an example of what I'm talking about. If you don't have X-slot weapons yet, which I don't, I'm working on getting a Giga Cannon. Hopefully I can get that. But until you get, and any X-slot weapon will do, it really will. Like, honestly, like, yeah, they have different stats, but they do so much damage. There's only a couple special situations I can think of where your type of X-slot weapon would prevent your battleship from murdering another ship. I mean, with their Alpha Strike. I really, yeah, it's just the X-slot weapons are too powerful, I think. So like, even if you have a Giga Cannon, it's not the most meta or optimal, you know, counter. It's still going to do so much damage that even something that would be resistant to it will still get blown up. That's what I'm trying to say. So, you just want an X-slot weapon, whatever that is. So if you're doing lasers, for example, I mean, if you want to do that, that's great. But say you're doing lasers, or you know, then go for tachyon lance. But if you're, in this case, we're doing autocannons, we're doing railguns and stuff, you know, we're doing kinetic weapons. It kind of makes no sense to waste physics research that we could be researching even better technologies just to get a tachyon lance and go through that chain, when we could just continue the chain through the railgun and get the Giga Cannon. So we're going to try that. So we're going to go for the Giga Cannon. But until we do, until you get an X-slot weapon, this is the build I suggest using. You just double up on the fighter capacity. You know, get a hangar bow and a carrier core, because that's really where the damage is anyway. So this is an example of a battleship before you have X-slot. But once we get X-slot weapons, an X-slot weapon, we'll switch this out for a spinal mount, and you know, we'll have less fighters, but then we'll have that Alpha Strike, which is what we're looking for, which is why you have battleships in the first place, and why they counter cruisers, because of that spinal mount weapon. You know, the Alpha Strike is really what counters cruiser as battleships, and why you don't want to monohull cruisers the entire game, because even though they're cheaper, like the battleships will just obliterate them in one hit. So like, that's, yeah, so that's why we obviously switched to battleships. And what I think it's really stupid and hilarious, and I may point this out in a future video. I didn't in my ship design video, but I might, and maybe I should have. I think it's really hilarious. There was all this hubbub and drama and like, you know, heated debate when all these the fleet and sweeping fleet and balance changes to weapons and things like that came out, and they're like, yeah, you know, you're gonna have to have mixed fleets now. They're gonna have to be, you have to use a lot more corvettes and destroyers, and you know, monohulling isn't a thing anymore. But honestly, that's what I've started doing again. And even now, it's turning out that monohulling battleships is still the best way to go, like, overall. Like, so if I remake my fleet composition video, I'm definitely gonna discuss these things. Like, you know, it turns out if you monohull, you know, carrier battleships, as long as they have the spinal mount bow, and you're doing carrier battleships, that's actually the way to go. With a few exceptions, right? I mean, and maybe if you just want to be safe, you could have a handful of corvettes escorting them. But really, you're mostly monohulling battleships in the end. Which I think is totally ironic and kind of annoys me, right? Because it's like, I think it would have been better if it just been like, you know, but Paradox wanted to, you know, I think they were trying to, you know, make things fair or whatever, but the problem is that, you know, the battleship will, I think, will always be the best bang for your buck, because you can't nerf it too much, or else it would make no sense. Like, you know, making a battleship would make 0 sense, and like, you know, it would kind of nerf the game a little bit, I think. You know, the potential power of an empire, because, you know, battleships are really hard to get, and they're an end game thing. So if you've made it that far and you have that much technology, like, you deserve to be powerful, right? So my question is, why should a fleet of just cruisers beat a fleet of just battleships, or a fleet of just anything for that matter, in the end, you know? So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, I only use battleships once I have it researched, and I slowly let the other ships get destroyed or whatever, and then I only build battleships. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I do too. That's what I do now too. Before, I used to try to maintain. The other thing too, battleships don't die. That is the biggest thing about battleships. They, you know, unless something catastrophic happens, like you get hard countered or whatever, battleships don't frickin' die. If you're dominant on, if your fleet's dominating, you're not going to have any attrition with your battleships, and to an extent with your cruisers as well. You're not going to have a lot of attrition at all. So that's really going to save you economically, and just, you know, it's really going to save you, like, fleet-wise, not having to constantly build ships, constantly build corvettes, constantly build destroyers, you know. Yeah, like, and so, yeah, and that's kind of the other reason carrier battleships are the way to go. They're what you want to spam, because the thing is, like, Paradox set up the current meta to where, you know, to favor, like, you know, they tried to favor smaller ships. Well, you know, carriers destroy smaller ships. They just wipe them off the board. So, you know, they hard counter small ships. So if you've got battleships which hard counter, you know, by default, and then you've got another hard counter on top of that, it's like, and they don't die, it's like really hard to justify picking anything else to be in your fleet. So this one needs a job. Let's see. Yeah, now Titans, I don't know where Titans
engaging hostile forces,
excuse me, fit into this, but my problem with Titans, one, they're really far endgame, you know, thing. I mean, you could tech to them, that's true, but like, the thing with Titans is that they're really slow. So if I have a Titan in my fleet's going to go slower than I want it to, and if it's full of battleships, it's already going to be going pretty slow. So I almost think not having the Titan and having a faster fleet is actually worth it than,
Red alert.
You know, faster fleet of battleships than having the Titan with them. But then again, the Titans do have that aura, so, you know, but yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea of using Titans. It just never works out that way. I never get the tech. Never spend the time to get the tech. Yeah, so like, especially in endgame with technology, like, eventually you get to a point to where you have to be very selective as to what you're going to pick, because you're not going to be able to pick something else for a long time.
Engaging hostile forces.
So the technology has to definitely be worth it and be better than all of your other choices. So I think that's the other reason I never researched Titans. It's not because I think they're bad. It's just because I never get an opportunity to, because there's always another technology that's better, you know? And like I said before, I usually don't In fact, this may be the first time I get a game past 2400, which I'm feeling this is going to be that game. You know, in a while. It's been a while since I've had a game go past 2400. But I think I'm going to do it with this game. This game's going really well. Yeah. But Titans are cool. Love the concept for sure. Okay, so need to capture that one. Okay, this one needs orders. Yeah, like, and the Juggernaut 2, what I do like about the Juggernaut is that it's extremely hard to kill. Like, don't let that 20k fleet power fool you. Like, it's actually a lot more. It'll hold a fleet like 3 times bigger than it for like years. It's nuts. I don't know if it's got regenerative hull or what's going on with it, but like every time I fought a Juggernaut, it took forever, absolutely forever. And every time I had a Juggernaut, I was able to stop fleets way bigger than it for long periods of time before it was destroyed. Like, yeah, so but like the Titan, you know, in fact, even more so, I mean, the videos are out there explaining why Juggernauts aren't that good, but like, obviously the Juggernaut's going to be a lot slower, and it is. So that's the other thing. You can't really, you kind of have to move it separate from your fleets. I think it's actually the best way to manage the Juggernaut. Unless they changed it recently, but I don't think they did. So yeah, let's just upgrade these. Looking for habitats to colonize. So, okay. We got this one. Oh, it's not done colonizing yet. Okay. It's taking forever. Yeah, well, the Colossus is the same thing. You don't want to have the Colossus in your fleet. You want it to, like, come up behind them, you know, and then crack the planet. Ideally, that's what I keep hearing anyway, and what I keep seeing in other videos and stuff. Might actually use a Colossus this game. Might go for it. So you have a fleet protect the Colossus. I'm curious as to how you do that. I didn't think there was an escort button, which they do need. They need some kind of escort button. No. Like, for example, I have a transport ship, a big transport ship. I could just move the transport ship and have my fleets escort the transport ship and just, you know, give the transport ship commands. That's something an option I think they should have. So I think I'm gonna have this transport ship help capture planets. Yeah, I like that one. This one's 1K army power. Under how much. I have transport ship land armies on there. Let's see where their acceptance is at. Still low. That's annoying. I think maybe I will bombard as I go. Bombard these planets as I go. Possibly. Okay, they're done claiming that system. So that's good. We've got this region here. So we're going to come down. So even though we already have a transport ship going there to claim that, we're going to help them. The one solar system was so beautiful. Yeah, the one with the Dyson Swarm, like this one. What is the most empires you had to fight in a single war? Well, let me tell you. I mean, it's definitely had to have been one of the. I think one of the, and I caught this on this war on camera. I think the most memorable war I had, like where like there was the most going on, the most sides and the most empires fighting at once. That one would have to go to my Rogue Servitor series, when me and the rest of the galaxy were fighting one enormously large determined exterminator, and we did eventually beat him, but at great cost. And then now that wasn't me fighting a lot of empires. So me fighting a lot of empires, let me think. So I think there was one map where I was so powerful that I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab all of you. and I did. I just, you know, I declared war on everybody, and I just marched across the map. So there was a map like that I did. So that definitely probably qualifies. I have seen a couple times where I hit the declare war button and I noticed on the defenders side there was a whole big list of empires, but most of them were like ones I'd never heard of. So I was like, oh, these are just a bunch of little, and they were a bunch of little small empires. So like, yeah, didn't really take it very seriously. Anyway, let's continue. This guy's done. Okay, so we gotta go to this one next. They're already... Wow, that's a lot of garrison. That's okay. We'll whittle them down. We only have 33% war exhaustion. We're making very good pace. We're going at a very good pace right now.
System survey concluded.
This new strat I'm doing is working for sure. Okay, so the station's under assault. What do we got? I think that's a false alarm. Actually, nope. Those are pirates too. I do need to go on a pirate extermination run. monitoring these fleets. What's this one doing? So is this gonna land?
Red alert. Spaceport under fire. Engaging hostile station.
We're gonna go ahead and invade. That done
Our
faster.
forces are making planetfall.
Oh, they didn't have much left. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I would love to have a big fight for the endgame crisis like that. The most I've faced is 5 at once. Of course, I've had ones like you mentioned with a bunch of little empires too. Yeah. So I've got some people chatting, so I wanted to put this out here again. I'm gonna spam this once in a while. Again, if you're watching, if you're chatting, it's just I want you to know that we're gonna have to be determined, you know, time to be determined, but I am trying to get people together for a Stellaris co-op event and live stream it. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. DM me in Discord, get on Discord, say hello, you know, send me a DM, tell me you're interested. You know, once I get enough people together and figure out times, we'll set a date and then we'll make it happen. So again, as soon as I get a date, I will share it with you guys and post it on my YouTube channel. Yes, it is going to happen. We are going to start having live events on this channel. I'm committed to it. So and besides, I have done a co-op event with viewers before. I don't know if I live streamed it or not, but it went really well. And for reasons, you know, for various reasons, unfortunately, I just never, you know, I never tried again. So not going to make excuses for it, but this time I'm serious. I really, like I said, I want to bring more people to the channel. I want to give people reasons to, you know, I want to give people reasons to smash the join button. I want them to get something out of it. You know, I want to engage with my viewers more, and this is one of the ways that I can do that. So, yeah.
Our forces are making planetfall.
So yeah, just letting you guys know. Let me know if you're interested.
War report. Enemy planet secured.
Okay. What can I dump on next? Okay. So... Well, that sounds like fun. I've never been on multiplayer before. I want to face a person. I feel like I would fail so hard because I've mastered only AI. Well, it's a co-op event. This first event is a co-op event, but I actually have considered and decided that yeah, eventually, maybe after this co-op event, we'll do an actual PvP event. Like for me, I have not really done PvP in this game before. So I think it would be really interesting. You You know, that's why I usually cover PvE, because I can only get secondhand knowledge from PvP right now. I don't have any personal experience with it. So you know, I have good sources, but like, yeah, I mean, again, for me, obviously I always prefer personal experience over secondhand knowledge. Let's see. Let's conquer that one next. All right, everything's set. Let's roll the clock. Oh, we actually want... Okay, no, they're fighting right now. Okay.
We are being hailed. Our station is under assault.
If you want to do co-op, let me know.
Engaging hostile station.
You know, hit me up with a DM.
Forces.
Okay. Acceptance is still 75%. Actually, what I mean is, so StarCraft, or sorry, not StarCraft, Stellaris co-op is actually a really fairly new feature where you get to actually control the same empire. It's really neat. If you've ever played StarCraft, it's basically Archon mode. And I've always been drawn to that playstyle. I always thought that was fun, and I did it with some viewers, and it was really fun. So you're all managing the same empire, so you can, so yeah, exactly. So you can get one empire super powerful really quickly, like, because you know you've got like 3 minds working on it. Like, you got one guy, he's controlling the fleets and conquering everything. You got another guy, he's managing the planets. You got another guy, you know, he's calling the overall shots and just, you know, deciding what empires to attack next and doing diplomacy and stuff. So like you can really break down the running of an empire, you know, and outsource it to multiple people, you know, in the same run. So, you know, in the same empire. So I think that's what's really cool about Stellaris co-op, because and I think why it works so well is because like there are so many different things to do when you're managing an empire in Stellaris that realistically multiple people could and should be doing that. You know, but normally in Stellaris you can only do it by yourself. So it's a really fun thing to do, to be able to like have, you know, bring your buddies and be like, okay, let's you know. And so now obviously you know, we could always do regular multiplayer too. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let me know if you change your mind. Like I said, it's not for everyone. You know, some people, they hate mind meld, they hate Archon mode. I get it. You know, cooperation is hard. Like, true cooperation is difficult. I mean, you know, having to work together to manage the same thing. You know, it's much easier to just have your own thing. You know, I get that. I always thought it was cool, but there's others like me that like I think it's really you know, really cool. Yeah. And I think it'd be very entertaining too, because you know, you get to see us work together and, you know, problem solve and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire. Our forces are making planetfall.
Yeah, we've taken all these planets. Oh, he's already taken them over. Okay. You know what? I think I'm just gonna join these armies. So we'll go over here and see if we. So. Yeah, we should be able to do that. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, yeah. Happy to help.
Engaging hostile forces.
And I'll tell you what though, I'll tell you guys what though, if I don't get enough interest in co-op, like if you know the people that are interested are like you and they want to play with me but they don't want to play co-op, I might just cave and just do a regular multiplayer event to start with. You know, so yeah, just stay tuned on that.
Spaceborne life forms.
But if I can get Oh, I won. I won the war. I got it all. Cash and prizes. Cash and prizes. Look at that. We got it all, guys. This is all mine now. So, yeah, that strat definitely worked. I am doing that from now on. It avoids all kinds of dumb stuff. You know, ring around the rosy, that kind of thing. You just go right for the throat. And it's like basically I'm pinning them. If it was wrestling, I'd be pinning them to the ground and then, you know, tapping them into submission. You know? But you got to pin them to the ground first, which is what I did. So, cool. But yeah, so if the co-op event doesn't work, we'll definitely do multiplayer, just straight multiplayer as a backup. Okay, so we're gonna call our fleets. Actually, no. Okay, we're gonna come down here and start taking this territory down here. Fighting there. I could sweep over here but the thing of it is I don't want to go to war with this guy yet. This is a weird situation here. I actually want to vassalize this guy first, take these, and then I'll come over here and grab this guy. What a pain in the ass. So that's what I'll do there. I think those two fleets can handle that. I do need to get him over here. I think I'm still gonna bring him. Okay. I hope you can find people to do that, man. As they very least, I'd like to say it. Don't cooperate well with others. Yeah. Where'd you get your channel name? I love it, by the way. You know, that was handcrafted by me. I thought of a name. Well, it's funny enough. I could just simply say it was named after one of my World of Warcraft characters. I felt like it was a unique name that nobody types very often. That sounds cool, and at least to me, and you know, and to me represented gaming because that it was one of my gaming characters, and you know, like I said, was unique enough that even today, when I type it into like various platforms and stuff, that name is usually not taken. Every once in a while it is, every once in a blue moon it is, but most platforms that I enter this name on, including YouTube, obviously, it wasn't taken. You know, it doesn't get taken. So, that is the main reason I chose that name, is because, and it has no numbers in it. I fucking hate number names. No offense to you cool people out there that have number names. You're great, but I fucking hate number names. I will not use a number name. I will use extra letters if I have to, but like, you know, I'm always been kind of a wordsmith and a writer at heart. You know, that's part of the reason I do this. They're actually, believe it or not, unless you're not doing scripts, if you're not doing scripts at all, or PowerPoint presentations, or writing what you're going to say down at all, then this job, being a YouTuber, there's actually a lot of writing involved in this job. Especially, you know, if you're doing, like I said, if you're scripting at all, or even just writing down an agenda, right? It may not be scripted, but you're getting bullet points of what to do next and things like that. You know, sort of like a play or you know, whatnot. You need to know, you need to be good at writing, you know, and you know, so I've always been pretty good at writing. I think it's been it's more of like a passion of mine. So that's the other reason I hate number names. You know, for me, I just use more creativity. So like, for example, not to get off on a tangent here, if say Volairen was taken, right? So what I would do, instead of like adding a number, what I would do instead was think and go, you know, okay, so let's add a different word onto that. So a compound word, right? So for example, Volairen Sky, I could add the word sky, and that might work. You know, Volairen Sky, or Dark Volairen, or, you know, Volairen X, or I would just simply add more, you know, more letters, more nouns, or verbs or whatnot. So that's kind of how I make names, if you guys want to know. But yeah, thanks for asking that, man. I don't think I've ever gotten to really tell people how, on camera, how I chose my name and what goes through my mind during the naming process whenever I'm making a new account or whatever, or making a new character. I like to be creative in all things.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Okay, so I don't think I need that. Honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna pick the heritage site. That's gonna help my Unity. Yeah, like, honestly, if you love writing, you owe it to yourself to start a YouTube channel. That's all I'm gonna say there. Like, you know, especially if you like, especially if you like acting. Like, if you're an actor, you should have a YouTube channel. Like, absolutely. Like, you are the actor running the whole show. Like, seriously, you literally are. There is a lot of acting, not dishonesty. I'm not saying dishonesty, but I'm saying there is a lot of acting that goes into this, right? You know, to an extent, you know, not completely, but to an extent, everyone, I think, presents themselves, you know, presents a stage character, the person that they would like people to see. And then there's the person they are underneath. And sometimes those match up and sometimes those don't. they don't, but acting is kind of just a part of life. You know, you're you're going to present yourself to people differently depending on who they are, you know, what your audience is, and whatnot. So, you know, that's why we all have private lives, right? Because there's things in our life that we don't want to share with everyone. So you have to put on an act to an extent. So yeah, so doing this, what I'm doing right now, this is a persona. Now I believe it's an honest persona. Like, I'm not really, you know, this actually is mostly who I am, you know, that I'm presenting to you guys. But it is an act, right? You do have, it's called a format, right? We call it a format in the community. But it is simply an act. Okay, what is your act? You know, what is your act anyway? So, like, my act is, you know, I'm a gaming YouTuber. So when I'm talking here with you guys, most of the time I'm going to talk about games, you know, or I may talk about the Philippines too, because I've dipped my toes in that, or whatever else I've dipped my toes in on this channel. But generally I'm going to keep it about this channel when I'm talking with you guys. But let's say I'm on a date, right? And I'm meeting a woman or somebody, you know, somebody I'm attracted to. Well, I'm going to talk to them differently than I'm going to talk to you guys, you know? Yeah, I mean, and it's not so much also just wearing a mask, you know? Like I said, it's not at heart dishonest. It's just human, you know? Like, for example, say you're a parent, right? You're going to say and act, you're going to behave differently around your children than you would be, say, one of your beer drinking buddies, right? Absolutely. So that is what I'm talking about. You know, how you behave around, you know, different types of people, you know? So yeah, it's yeah. I get it. I know you understand me. It's cool. But yeah, and yeah, the mask thing is legit too. Like, I mean, you know, and there are situations where you need to literally put on a mask. Like, you have to present somebody. It's all about survival too. It's a survival mechanism. You present somebody else to the crowd, or present someone else to people to certain types of people that you have to deal with in order to survive. Sometimes, you know, that's a thing too. Sometimes, you know, you know, I knew a guy once, well, like, I'll just give an example. Let's say someone's being hurt, and, you know, or someone's being bullied or whatever, you know, they're afraid. You know, they're obviously going to act in a way that's not going to, like I said, when you're acting with others, you know, you're going to behave around other people, you know, in different ways depending on who they are. So, like, obviously for example, there's things that I would never do, not going to get into them obviously, but there's things that I would never do on camera, right? You know, yeah, I love deep conversations. I absolutely do. Let's see, so to bombard that planet. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, so
a new world,
you know,
has been colonized.
Like I said, if you're an actor, if you like writing, you got to get a YouTube channel. It's better. It's a great experience. Be a great experience for you. That's like, yeah, like if there's like I said, there's a lot of writing and a lot of acting that goes into this job. Whether it be, especially voice acting, for sure, but also, you know, I've done camera work as well. Not that great at it, but I'm gonna get better. You know, I have been getting better. So we got a new planet, so this is going to be a fortress, so we're not... That's good that this is finally finished. Do up some strongholds here. But yeah, you know, acting, writing, it's a creative art, you know, and like I said, just because you're acting doesn't mean you're lying or being manipulative. It can be those things, absolutely. You know, you can...
We have encountered
you can
spaceborne
lie and
lifeforms.
manipulate using acting, but really, it's just interacting with people, you know. Personally, I don't like my voice, so I've just been writing. Well, that's kind of the other thing. So if you're going to be a successful YouTuber, I'm a firm believer that you need to do voice work. You need to like record yourself talking and work on that. I've done tons of work on my voice, and you know, there's a lot of... like I said, there's a lot of work that I put into this channel, and voice work is one of those things, like endless hours of just, you know, hearing myself talk as I'm editing, as I'm doing other things, and it's kind of automatic too. Some of it's automatic, but some of it's just like, man, this does not sound right. How do I make this sound better? You know, like, okay, you know, and just my advice on that is record yourself. Just start recording yourself, go into OBS, and like, you know, assess your voice, kind of like looking in the mirror, being like, okay, do I want to sound like this? Oh, well, no, I don't. Okay, so how can I change that? And you can even look, I'm sure there's tons of videos out there teaching you how to do this, you know, teaching how to do voice work, voice acting. It's all it really is just finding a voice that works for you. So, for example, my voice is usually better when I'm calmer, when I'm when I feel happy, or I sound happy, you know. Yeah, even try another language to change it. Like I said, don't give up, dude. Keep working at it. You gotta work at it. If you're doing this YouTube thing, like I said, you can get away with not showing your face, but I guarantee you, you will never have the kind of success that a lot of that successful YouTubers have without a voice. It's just impossible. I firmly believe that. But like I said, here's the other truth about voice work and YouTube. You don't have to have an amazing voice. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that, like, you listen to their voice and it's like, man, that sounds kind of weird. I'm not used to that. But then you get used to their voice and you're like, oh, that's not that bad. You know, it kind of grows on you or whatever. Like, so even you could even have a bad voice, but I would still use your voice on YouTube, you know. And there are also many things that you can correct regardless of what your voice sounds like. So for example, if I'm saying no ums and buts, I'm gonna sound better than somebody who's just constantly going but, and I'm outing myself here because I do this shit all the time. But like, you know, that's constantly but, or whatever, or is doing heavy breathing between their words and stuff like that. That's all stuff that you can control. Okay? So you just look at what you can control when it comes to voice work, and just leave the rest. Your voice is gonna sound how it's gonna sound, but with those tweaks, you know, it's gonna be your best voice. So that's really what you want to go for. It's like being your best self, right? You are who you are, but there's who you are when you've done no work and have not done any work on yourself, and then there's who you are after you have done esteemable things. you know, and done a lot of work on yourself and have developed, you know, and have built wealth. And there's many different types of wealth, not just monetary. You know, there's relationship wealth, for example. You know, you have very strong friendships and very strong bonds with very powerful people. That could be considered wealth in a way. So just give that as an example. So like, really, yeah. So make your best voice. Take your voice and make it as good as it could possibly be, I think is the goal. And I could take my own advice here. You know, I'm always working to improve my voice. You know, and do I have the best voice in the world? No. I feel like I have a decent voice, but like, you know, there's some, you know, radio personalities I've heard. I listen to their voice. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you do that. I don't think I could ever do something like sound that good. You know what I mean? You know, we all grew up on TV, right? Or most of us. And like, you know, hearing the announcers growing up and the, you know, the broadcasters, it's like, man, how do they get their voice like that? Well, they just work on it. They take the voice that they have and they make it the best that they can make it. You know, it's just like, when people are born, right? When a human being is born, they don't, so do you think let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think any guy or girl that has a great physique, that looks, you know, that has muscles, looks amazing, looks jacked, if you will, do you think that guy or is very toned and fit? Do you think that person got that way overnight? Absolutely not. They worked their absolute ass off. Absolutely worked their ass off to get that and continue to do so on a regular basis to get that physique. So really, it's about time, effort. That's really all it is. And I think that principle applies to everything in life. You know, I do kind of believe in the whole you get what you put in kind of thing. To an extent, it is definitely true. So, like, and just like with the body, the voice is no different, you know. Looks like I'm talking about this more and I'm playing Stellaris. Let's see, how am I doing on time? So, been going for about an hour and a half, but the engagement is great. I'm gonna keep going. It's good to have you around, man. Thanks for supporting the channel by you know, talking to me. It gets lonely in here sometimes. Okay, this fleet has grown. That's good. Yeah, a lot of pirates. That's annoying. I guess I should mess with trade, but I'm not gonna.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
Oh, so this one's done. Actually, no. Yeah, this one's done because I've conquered that. Okay, so we need to come over here. Probably be a broadcaster like that. I know exactly what my problem is. I'm not grounded when I speak. More so speak up my lips rather than my gut. Yeah. That makes sense to you. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that's something else you can control too, like how deep your voice is. So deeper voices, you know, resonant voices, that's something you can, you know, you can change. How deep or how resonant your voice is, how melodic your voice is, and you know, you just got to find that sweet spot. So another thing too, I found. So I learned somewhere that So when you're talking, if people tend to be more drawn to you if you if when you're talking at the end of every sentence you end it with a downward tonality instead of an upward tonality. And what I mean by that is, so basically let's say I end my sentence like this. That's different than ending my sentence like this. You see the difference there? It's very subtle, but you know, that low tonality versus a high tonality, the low tonality always wins across the board, no matter who it is. Low tonality is always more attractive to an extent than high tonality. Yeah. So that's another tidbit. So we are okay, this person needs orders. Hopefully they willingly submit like the last guy.
Knowledge is the key
That'll be
to
great.
the universe.
And then we can start fighting this guy over here. Yeah, exactly. Like, and
we have
now,
lost a research
station. Can you always have a low tonality at the end of your sentences? Not, and then there's neutral tonality too, as well, which is okay. But like, if you can get it to where you are most of the time having a downward tonality at the end of your sentences, I think that's another easy thing that you can do, that you can work on to really develop an attractive voice, for sure. Yeah. I don't know what to pick here. This hyper entertainment forums, maybe. Oh no, let's pick the curating vault. We'll build one of those. Why not? It's only going to help us. So this guy's done. We don't like that colony ship, so we're going to get rid of it. And we're going to go capture that system. Well, high tonality at the end of the sentence is a it can be viewed as a sign of weakness, right?
Engaging hostile station.
Not judging anyone, not you know, pointing at, you know, not hating on groups or anything, but like, you know, it's there's power in a low tonality, you know. And also naturally, I think
engaging hostile station.
Without realizing it, a person in authority or with power, they're going to speak that way naturally to an extent. So finish converting the bolt. Oh hell no, we are not doing the bulwark thing. I don't think so, dude. We're not doing bulwark. I do not want a bulwark. That's why my resources are not doing so well. Or maybe that's behind the... Well, I just got these guys, so it couldn't be that. Let's see. Now there's Stellaris. That's cool. Yeah, see, you can't get angry with yourself, man. You gotta have compassion for yourself, you know? It's acceptance, right? The acceptance is a cure for that anger. So And but yeah, that anger will destroy you for sure. I know from experience, like, you know, you don't let the anger win, you know, when it comes to that. Yeah, I have a lot of assholes. I am doing very well this game. So we don't want this guy, so we're gonna have to wait 40 months to turn him off. I don't like bulwarks at all. But we have a lot of holdings, so we should probably use them. More Ministry of Truths will allow us to... Let's see, what else could we do here? Overlord Garrison. Satellite Campus. Could do that. Ministry of Energy. Yeah, let's do Ministry of Energy. Well, you know, I think a lot of us, all human beings have resentments and they have anger inside of themselves. And I am going to do a video at some point about this topic and what you can do on paper, like with writing, to actually somewhat cure your anger in a way. And it's very powerful, but like, I already have a video out that teaches how to, you know, how to get, well, not just how to get happier, but it also works with if you have a lot of anger, right? So, usually, here's the thing with anger that I've learned. You're gonna be, and it's gonna blow you guys away. You're gonna be like, how the hell does he know this stuff? Where did he learn this? Usually, when it comes to anger, I found that it comes from, through lots of writing, that basically it comes from anger I have towards myself or towards God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, towards, you know, nature. You call whatever you want. You know, the whatever is behind the universe, right? I'm mad at one of those two things almost every time. That's what's really going on underneath it all. So one of the things that I do now with anger towards God, we'll just call it God, okay? Anger towards God or the universe. How I deal with that is I have gratitude. Gratitude is a fix for that, right? If you can write down the good things that are happening in your life, or things like in the video that I made a while back, write down all the freak occurrences that went your way, and the, you know, the good things that have happened in your life, because no human being on this earth, I don't care who you are, has gone through life without a single good thing happening to them. I believe that's absolute bullshit. I will never believe that. Everyone on this planet right now has had good experiences in their life that they can cling to, for sure. Not just cling to, but that they can write down. And that will also, what usually happens is you write one thing down and it reminds you of another and another and another, and you just keep writing those things down. Eventually there'll be kind of like a cascade effect where, and you literally feel the anger melting off of you. You know, when it comes to resentments towards, you know, the universe, anger towards the universe. Now, when it comes to people, or when it comes to yourself, and you know, people, but like I said, I found 99% of the time when I am upset with someone else, I'm actually upset with myself. I'm actually blaming myself in some way. I'm actually angry at myself in some way. So for something I did that I'm not consciously aware of. So when it comes to self-hatred or self-loathing, I think everybody has it to a small degree or a greater degree, depending on the person. But we're all here. It's part of being human. So everyone has things about themselves that they don't like about themselves. So when it comes to those things, I try to write down and think about the solution. Okay, so for example, I resent myself for getting overweight because I ate too much, right? So that's the how and why. That's what I did. You know, that was my part in it. Okay. And I didn't exercise, right? So what I do instead, what I do now when I have that information, I then think about what is the solution, right? So what could I do? What could I do differently? You know, what were my motives? So, well, you know, I was, you know, I was afraid. I was like, you know, I wanted, you know, I lost my job and I got stressed out or whatever, you know. So what I do there is I come up with, okay, what's a better way? What's a better way that I could, you know, what. So I was afraid of losing my job and whatnot and not having any money. So what's a better way to respond to that? Well, I could, you know, I could trim my expenses. That's one thing I could do. I could, you know, I could start working out again, and I don't have to work out a lot, but just a little more each day. And I can take that first step forward. So those are examples of things that I can do. And then once you make that shift to what you can do, as opposed to what is happening to you, then you get into action and you get into the solution. And once you make that shift, the problem almost corrects itself. The anger almost corrects itself, and that actually really helps to get rid of the anger, because see, I think for me, at least for me personally, the most frustrating thing about anger is the anger that I have that I don't feel like I can do anything about. And obviously that's a lie. That's always a lie. There is always something that can be done, something action I can take, whether, even if it's just the pure act and decision of being grateful and having acceptance. But there's always something, I always have the ability and the freedom to choose my response. That is my only right as a human being, is the freedom to choose. So, you know, so what am I going to do about this situation? You know, what is a better way of doing? So I'm sorry. I'm getting into a totally off topic here. But yeah, like, I'm telling you, writing is the most therapeutic tool I have ever encountered. I think writing has done more for my mental health than any drug or medication ever did. You know, that's just me. So let's unpause this, get back to the game. Very engaging questions so far in comments. I really appreciate it. It's cool to talk about this stuff. Okay, this one's done. All right, is there anything else to take over? No, he's sitting pretty. So, yeah, I will just camp here at this choke point. Keep them from coming this way. You know what? They're conquering ahead. We'll go ahead and bombard that planet. And then after we take this over, we're just going to start bombarding everything in here that
Our
isn't
colonists are in
claimed.
open revolt.
So we got revolt. Okay. Take a look at that. Do that. So okay, so they need a hollow theater. So that's what we need to do here. Ooh. Could make a couple hollow theaters, but I don't think that's necessary. Make another research lab too. Upgrade that. Yeah. But I don't like being capped on alloys like this. Makes me uncomfortable. Makes me feel like I'm playing bad, but like we just have so much gain. It's stupid. Okay, he needs orders. What would you say is the best building to build on a planet no matter what purpose? Okay, so it again, obviously there's nuance to
We have
that.
encountered spaceborne life forms. Engaging hostile forces.
Sorry, excuse me. So that depends on your build. Obviously, always it depends on the build. In anything, any question about Stellaris, it depends on the build, what you're trying to do. But I would say overall, let's take a look. The best building. Well, if you are doing robots in any capacity, whether you're doing a machine empire or doing what I'm doing, you're going to need robot assembly plants. So I think this, honestly, if you're doing robots in any capacity, this is the MVP of the game for sure. Another type of building that is very important, though you don't want to put these buildings on every planet, is any building, any resource building like an energy nexus or an alloy megaforge or civilian industries. Those are a must. You need to put those on every planet that you know you have, that you're specializing in. So for example, this is a forge world. We're absolutely going to have alloy mega forges. So those are definitely very powerful buildings as well. Very powerful for the economy. Now, another very important building and are the strategic resource building. So you can't really have an end game without these strategic resources right here. So the faster you get them, the faster you'll be able to do end game. As far as that, it really just depends like on what's going on. But really, like I said, if you're doing robots at all, you got to have assembly plants on every planet, and the resource buildings. I think really those are the most important ones. If you're playing a biological empire, not always, or an empire like I'm running, for example, if you're not playing a Gestalt empire, it is very difficult to go throughout the game without putting a hollow theater on most of your planet. Now, does that mean that's my favorite building and that it's really powerful? No, it's more of a requirement building as opposed to robot assembly plants, which just kick ass. You know, the population growth they create is just amazing, especially if you're playing a biological empire already, and so you're getting that biological pop growth and that robot growth is just, yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, so, and obviously there's research labs. I don't think you can really, even with habitats, can get away without making a single research lab. So yeah, it's basically, you know, it's basically the basic stuff. There's not something like, I haven't really found a building that's like, you know, now buildings that are really cool, but I obviously wouldn't have in every empire, you know, in every build. Things like this identity repository is really cool. It really helps you in the beginning a lot. It provides a lot of research. It provides a ton of research. So throughout the game. And it's got decent trade value and robot output as well. So it really just, it helps your economy, it helps your resources. So this is actually a very powerful building, the identity repository. One of the perks of doing synthetic fertility. So, so yeah, there's buildings like that, but do I have a favorite building? Like I say, it would have to be the machine assembly plants or the resource buildings. I absolutely salivate over those. Okay, so he's... Can I put him on... I don't need to move him anymore. Let's go ahead. Get Barding. Let's take that over. We're all going to bombard together really fast.
We have encountered space.
Hey, Ballin, hello. How you doing, man? Just noticed your message. I apologize. I didn't notice it sooner. Welcome, dude.
Engaging hostile station.
So now with biological empires, okay, and with, you know, in a lot of builds, especially biological empires, at some point, unless you make a lot of clerks, which I don't recommend unless you're doing a trade build, you are going to run out of amenities on that planet and without a holo theater or an equivalent. You're going to need something to generate lots of amenities. And I think luxury residences is a waste when you can just make that building. The other cool thing about holo theaters is that it does increase your immunity by a small amount. So if you don't want your planets to riot, you basically are going to need a holo theater at some point. So that's why I'm building this.
We have encountered spaceborne life forms. We have encountered spaceborne life forms.
We only have 39 more exhaustion. That's good. Why do we have Why do we have more war exhaustion than they do? That is dumb. Yeah, I mean that's mainly what your planets are going to consist of. You know, it's going to be the resource buildings. You know, depending on what planet it is, research labs. You know, strongholds too. You do need strongholds, but not on every planet, or you can if you want. But like, basically, strongholds and strategic resource buildings. You have a cloaca. I mean, do I have cloaking technology? No. I actually. Hey Fenrir, how's it going? Plates for suppression of increased stability? Interesting. Now, see, this is what one of the other mysteries of Stellaris that I've never been able to completely figure out. So, I've read strongholds and soldier jobs over and over again throughout my years playing this game. And I've never once seen anywhere that it directly increases the stability of the planet. Yet, you know, I'll go to a fortress world, right? And it'll have okay stability or whatever, but not amazing, right? But then I keep hearing that fortresses, okay, I guess ground forces, you know, and we have all right amenities, so, but there's been times where I'm like, yeah, it's really clear that something's going on there with the whole, you know, stability and, you know, garrison, but like, at the same time, you know, there's other times where it's like, okay, I have fortresses here, I have troops, but they're still rebelling. Like, so, yeah. I just wish that was made a little bit more clear, you know, like, in the community. Okay. Look at the ships here.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
Do I have a starbase that I don't care about? It's like I do. I'm gonna need to get rid of a starbase. Where is this? Way over here? I don't think so, dude. I think I'm going to... Yeah. Go. Oh, we gotta colonize this orbital habitat. What is this one for? Okay, this one's for science. All right. Cool. So our ships are bombarding right now. We vassalize these guys, and how close are they? They're getting closer. I say I lost a space. What are they doing here? Okay. So this is why I have this guy standing guard, because of stupid stuff like this. Somehow they got this fleet off. I don't know how. I have every station. I have every planet. Like, I don't see any unexplored systems here. Need to go there. Some. Yeah, like I said, this is a complete mystery to me. Managed to stop rebellion with it, or at least I think. Don't have rebellions anymore, yeah.
Engaging hostile forces.
Okay. Something's going on. Something fishy's going on. Because we shouldn't be getting this much war exhaustion. I don't see... No, those are pirates. Okay, now we need to bombard the other planet. Now they're going to get these planets back, which is good. Going to make them stronger. Make our vassals stronger. I hate it when they build a spaceport planet thing right next to a megastructure and can't land fleets on there. Have you ever had this glitch? Doesn't ring a bell. But yeah, I've seen plenty of shenanigans from the computer, no doubt. Wouldn't be surprised if I did encounter something like that in the future. Okay, so... They are bombarding. Alright. So it's year 2361. We are getting close to the crisis. We're still a pleasant distance away, but like it's on the horizon. I'd like to get control of all of this. Hopefully I can get control of the whole galaxy by the year 2400, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, it looks like all of these got taken over. It's good. Oh, so you're all the way up here. A little late now, but probably could... I'll just bring you back here. Endgame is on the horizon. Let's actually look at our expansion planner. We have a lot of influence. I think we need to build some more habitats. Let's see. Doing all right on minerals. Really energy credits that is a pain in the butt. Now, do we have... No, we don't have... We're going to build a habitat here because we've got plenty of energy deposits. We need to make more energy stations. Which crisis is the worst to you? You know, I've fought a lot of different crises, and really they just feel all the same to me. They're not, you know, well, let's see. Well, one crisis that I'm thankful I've never gotten, and I don't know why I've never gotten it, but it just, I don't know if I got lucky or whatever, is the whole con crisis. Because that actually happens a lot earlier than your normal crisis does. So I'm glad I haven't had to really experience that yet. I don't know if it's because I don't have the right DLC or what. It's probably I don't have the DLC. That's probably what it is. Why I've never experienced it. But like, let's see. Pythoria, I think, is more powerful in some ways than the Unbidden. Harder to deal with. I think also, though, the Unbidden can counter you if you're not careful. I think that's the other thing. But as far as like having a worse, nothing really comes to mind. I treat most crises the same way. I just, you know, I build as much fleets as I possibly can. And that usually takes care of it.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
Council agenda available.
Agenda progressive growth is no longer on cooldown. Let me see here. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna see if I could take this guy off Bulwark. Nah, 12 more months, okay. The holdings, oh yeah, they got a holding. Now this is weird. Okay, subject conversion, that's what's going on. So I still haven't converted them to Stellaris yet. It's gonna take 1,000 more days. I really like Stellaris, so I'm gonna keep that the way it is. I've been slacking. I should have gotten these holdings a long time ago. It's gonna give me so much influence. So we need to dump a little bit. Let's find a another system with a lot of energy credits. I actually don't think there are any left. Now this one's interesting. This has got a couple research deposits on it. That one has 5. This one has 6. Actually, this one has 11. Now let's build a habitat complex there. That'll be good. What do you put down for your spaceport? Do you use some of them to build your fleet capacity? Or do you only build things like this on planet? So, what I think you're asking, what my star bases have. So sometimes it depends, but usually I fill with anchorages, at least in the beginning, and do a naval logistics office. Now, A-Spec did a video, detailing, covering the costs and whatnot and the math of doing this, and it is less efficient than getting fortress worlds, which you still want to do eventually, but this gets you far in the beginning of the game. Doing this right away with your star bases will get you ahead in the beginning of the game, and the alloys that you spend on it really aren't missed with all that fleet power that you get. By the way, I need to touch up on that a little bit. But yeah, this is generally what I do with star bases. Now, if I'm really hurting on energy credits and I'm like doing a machine empire or something, I may do solar panels instead. But like with this empire, I don't even have access to solar panels. So that is an option. But other than that, because defense mechanics in this game, like, defense platforms and starbase power and things like that, is just completely nerfed into the ground and dog shit. Not worth it right now. Unfortunately, I'd never get the weapons modules or anything. Unless it's like a special situation. But like, and I don't ever use trade hubs. What I do instead of trade hubs, I basically just, if I'm playing a Megacorp Empire, I will just make sure there is a starbase on every single major planet I have that has a lot of trade value. And I just leave it at that. And that's always worked for me. That's always... Is it the most efficient thing to do with that particular metric? No, but if you focus on that, and let's say you have a bunch of trade hubs, yeah, you get more energy a little bit more energy credits, not much, but then you're losing all that naval capacity. So really, most of the time, like I want to say 80-90% of the time, the anchorage, filling your star bases, your non-shipyard star bases with anchorages is the best way to go. You want to have, like, honestly, to be honest, you really only need one shipyard. You can get away with just using one shipyard. Now, I think it's a little more convenient to have multiple shipyards, but like, I need to... But you don't need to have more than one shipyard. It's really your preference, but like, but you need at least one. So you need at least one starbase making the ships and docking them, with a crew quarters. That's required, but beyond that, all of your other starbases could be anchorages. Anchorages with naval logistic offices. It will help you so much if you do things like that. When I started doing things like that, it really catapulted my game for sure. But now, unfortunately, though, towards the end of the game, the naval capacity you get from starbases stops mattering as much. That's when you need to start having fortress worlds and stations and stuff. Those are absolutely necessary in mid to late game. You won't be able to you won't be able to survive without and have the big fleets that I have without these fortress stations and worlds. So yeah, like I usually only use one shipyard too. Every once in a while, like if I get big enough, I'll want more. But like you know, the other thing you too is you especially only need one shipyard if you can get a mega shipyard. So if you can build a mega shipyard from, I think it's the Federation's DLC, that alone, you do not need other shipyards. You know, you really don't. And especially with a hyper relay, you can, you know, get around really fast. Or with gateways, right? You don't really need another shipyard. You don't need another star-based shipyard. Even if you think it would help logistics, it's really, you know, just use your hyper relay, just use your gateways. So, yeah, like, yeah. Let's see here. So, they're bombarding, moving. Are they slowed down by some kind of like nebula or something? Because they're going really slow.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Oh, they're moving again. Okay. So we're making good time on our war exhaustion. Yeah. Federations is not a bad DLC. I just don't think it's the best DLC for sure. I think there are far better DLCs, but it does bring good stuff to the table, useful things to the table. You know, especially obviously if you like Federations, you know, if you make a Federation every game, then that's a must-have. That is a absolute must-have DLC. You know. And if you like the giant ships like Titans or Juggernauts. Yeah, Juggernauts specifically. Well, okay. Why don't we research enigmatic decoder? Let's see, dark matter reactor, enigmatic decoder. We've had. I think we're gonna do the decoder. We got 34 months on the synaptic lathe. Oh, and you know what? I haven't checked my policies in a while. We need to check what. So identity copies. So identity fusion, assembly cost plus 10%. There's nothing really new there. Okay. Yeah. I think Juggernauts, like, was a good idea, but it just wasn't put well into practice. I think is the deal with Juggernauts. So there's a lot of tech here that I don't care about. So I think we could just go for crew production. Good one. Let's see, our fleets are still moving and bombarding. I'm gonna dump our alloys. Go ahead, I think we need to make more ships. Well, actually, let's see if we can raise our naval capacity. Okay. Body we could use. Okay, those are all fortresses, so we need to make more strongholds. And our stronghold world. Definitely unlock that last building slot. And put another stronghold down. Yeah, I think we can do that. We already have a Hollow Theater, so that's good. And this one's capped out, so not much to be done there. All right.
We have encountered spaceborne life forms.
Well, that zoomed out. Now that we've vassalized this, we should probably bring one of our fleets up here and crush this. We can take that planet. Maybe. Alright, so we're still waiting for these guys to move into position. Getting closer to accepting victory. That's good. I think I'm going to work out after the stream and then probably get started on making more content, making more videos, that kind of thing. You know, I probably should get my leaders and start putting them on planets. I think my scientists or my science ships can have done all that they could possibly do.
We have encountered spaceborne life forms.
So let's look at our leaders. So we could have 6 scientists running right now. We have 6 officials and 4 commanders. So, I think it's time. Let's look at our planets. So for this, now I think we need to reserve commanders for our fleets. So this needs a new commander for sure. That one needs a new commander. Just optimizing my leadership here. So that's interesting. We only have 3. So now that we got all our fleets have a commander, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hire a commander for this planet. Yeah, I mean, victory is almost guaranteed at this point. Really, there's not really anything that's stopped me at this point, really. As long as we keep expanding and keep growing keep raising our naval cap. So we're gonna have our next planet. So if you put commanders, I found that if you put certain leaders on certain types of planets, it really helps. Like obviously the Fortress Worlds, if you put a commander on there, it's actually so. And they don't make this apparent. You have to figure this out on your own. But when you place a leader on a planet, especially a scientist or a commander, like if you place a commander on a planet, it will make extra soldier jobs and will greatly increase the naval capacity. I don't understand the exact numbers of it, but I know that that's true. If you put a commander on, on a fortress world with strongholds and stuff and with soldier jobs, it will it will enhance it. I believe. I've seen evidence of it. Good. Okay. Wait, dude, I just missed him. What? Oh, it's annoying. I just missed the wrong guy. You must control the fleet to dismiss this commander. Okay. Yeah, I don't want a crime commander governing my planet. No thanks. See, we'll go with this guy. Actually, no, this guy's better. More unity. Actually, we're just gonna hire all these dudes, dude. Like, okay. So now we're gonna go back to this. Okay, we've got him there. Did you get a computer and place Stellaris on there? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. That one doesn't have a commander. Okay, this one doesn't have a commander either. Now, that is not who I picked to run my fortress. Yeah, that's dumb. Like that guy. I don't think I have enough commanders to govern my orbitals. I do not. Okay. So now I don't have a leader pool right now, but when I do, I'll recruit more commanders. Hey, see you later, dude. Have a good night, man. Thanks for participating in the stream. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you again, dude. So let's see, scientists. We've got a lot of different tech planets, or we've got tech stations. So right here, we can have our scientists rule this planet for sure. So we'll put him on there. And scientists create more research jobs when you put them on the planet. So he's governing. Throw him on there. Yeah, we don't need science vessels anymore, not really. So we're gonna hire a scientist for this one. And this is a new change they made to leaders, which is pretty cool. All right, so we don't need There's no other tech planets, so we probably could buy a couple more scientists and fill the science ships we have. I think we do want a couple. Actually, no. We're gonna save them for the other research stations that we make. Now, actually, let's look at our research stations. So that's 22 out of 32 researchers we could have. Let's see if we can resettle anybody. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, looks like we're just... So there's not much to be done there. Now, so I guess we could look at officials. We have no officials. So we could go to all our resource planets. And we could probably get an official on our resource planet, especially our capital planet, where we could optimize. So definitely governing a planet will definitely give him that trait. If it would do anything at the moment. So we'll hire this guy. And this gives us a lot of alloys. So we're going to go ahead and hire an official for this one too. Hopefully somebody that has... See if somebody has scrapping. That'd be really nice if we could get scrapping. But I don't think we can. If we find scrapping, we can switch them later to optimize. So this makes us... This did make us a lot of minerals. What about now? That one makes even more minerals. That one... Is he governing? Yes, he is. So probably want to do unifier. Want to recruit... All these officials look the same, so I'm just gonna... Not even gonna look at their stats. The factory definitely wants somebody governing that. Let's see here. Oh, this guy has minerals. Oh, I'm gonna have to switch him out. So we're gonna go back to this guy, and we're gonna switch out the guy with minerals. Let me go into settings real quick here. Gameplay, mouse wheel speed. That needs to be faster. Okay, so now shit's scrolling fast. Somewhat. We can hire 2 more officials, so we could probably go to... Oh, this is a good one. Let's get an official on this planet here. Unfortunately, they don't have Scrapper, but when I find one, I will do that. We actually need to do energy credits, so where... Yeah, this definitely needs an official... Just do the trade guy. Alright. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but it's better than what it was, so... Now we're making use of most of our leaders. When we get a couple more, we'll get a couple more research stations and we'll put scientists on them. we'll as we get more fortresses, we'll hire more commanders for those as well. I actually think, well, as we get more, our leader pool increases again because we exhausted it basically. So, let's look at our troops, our fleets. Okay, they're still bombarding. Taking
Colony
forever.
establishment has begun. Construction completed.
Okay, so, all right, they're done with that planet. That's great. Finish bombarding these guys into oblivion. And then after that, we should have everything. Let's see, I got a message. Message that I get. Okay. I'll read that later. And then we're immediately going to go to war with this guy. We're going to come over here and
Engaging hostile
take his
forces.
stuff. We're going to take his
Our
stuff.
colonists are in open revolt.
Open vault. Give him amenities. And hopefully that fixes that problem. Now, I've thought about putting a tax on my vassals. You know, a resource, just a basic resource tax, so I can get this energy credits up. Stop being red. Stop looking bad. Let's see. Oh, that reminds me, I should be able to reset the terms. Yes. Not want you being a bulwark. You could instead become a swear. I don't want to prospectorum because I want to keep my let's just make you a Stellaris. 79? Not bad. Let's do it. But no more bulwark. Go away. I like my resources. You can't have them. Chat, okay. Chat's good. Okay, so this is something else I don't understand, Paradox, okay? I have every single one of their planets. They are completely taken over. All of their planets are owned. There's nothing here that I haven't conquered. I have all of their main planets and main systems. Why is it -2? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. So what we'll do, we will take our fleets and we will start conquering the outlying systems. I guess is what we have to do. But really, it should just, if you take all their planets, you should win. Like, seriously. Like, if you take all their planets, you should win. That's just the way it should be, in my opinion.
Engaging
So
hostile
they're gonna fan out
station.
now and take everything. I don't think we have, I don't even know if we have terraform. I could probably be nice to make those barren planets into worlds. My mega structure's doing okay. There. Let's see if that tips the scales. Yeah, it does. To achieve war goals, send. And that should work. Yep. We got it. We did it, guys. There we go. We have half the galaxy. And just about. So I think we'll stop the stream there. Well, how many people we have watching? Okay, 3. Love you guys, but I think we're gonna stop the stream there. Now that we've achieved victory, and tomorrow we're gonna take these guys over, or the next stream we're gonna take these guys over, which should be tonight or this or the next morning, depending on where you are in the world. Right now it's nighttime in America, so in the morning in America, I most likely will be streaming again, and we will continue to we will try again to vassalize this this guy, and then we'll just take over the rest of this as we can. And if we can take over the entire galaxy by year 2400, I think we'll be in very good shape. And honestly, other than experiencing the crisis, I don't see much point in continuing the run past that. Because for me, honestly, if you've conquered everybody, I mean, that's it. Like, basically won. See what else there is to do, really, other than just, you know, play SimCity. I guess, which you could do that, or you could just simply wait for the clock to end, which we could do that. So I think that would be kind of boring for you guys, because there wouldn't be much going on. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for right now, I'm going to say again, so I'm going to say at the beginning and the end of the stream, again, you know, if you're interested in doing an event with me, a Stellaris event with me, we're going to try to do co-op. But if I don't get enough people that want that, you know, we'll just do a multiplayer event. So if you're interested in either of those, honestly, if you're interested in co-op or multiplayer or playing Stellaris with me in general, please send me a DM. Like, you know, if you want to play games with me, send me a DM in Discord. You know, I check it all the time. You know, especially nowadays. Once we get enough people together and we get to where we can get a game going, we'll schedule a time, and hopefully everybody will show up and we'll stream it live. And so that's something I want to do. And I don't even know if that's going to get any views or not. I really don't care. I just want to hang out with you guys. So building the community is enough motivation for me. So if you're interested, again, get on Discord, send me a DM, and we'll talk. Also, I encourage you to smash the join button. Like I said, I made a lot of changes. I just made a lot of changes to the membership system on this channel. There's only one membership, you know, only one level. You know, you pay $5 and you're in. You get all the perks that, you know, that are there. You get everything, which is access, you know, to member-only content such as videos, live streams, and just about anything else that, you know, goes with being a member. And you also, if you're a member, you will be prioritized over non-members when it comes to participating in my live events, such as the one I just talked about. So if you do get a membership and you're interested in this live event, then that almost, at this point, almost guarantees you a spot in in the upcoming, in that event, participation wise, like being one of the players or whatever, playing directly with me. So, yeah, so if you're interested in that, hit the join button. Also, what being a member does is, it shows your commitment and dedication to the channel, and I will do what I can to lick your nads, so to speak. Not to be derogatory, but like you get the idea, right? If you're investing in my channel, then I'm gonna want to do what I can within reason to make you happy. I'm definitely gonna, especially take your comments seriously, take every, I'm gonna give you special attention for sure. So that being said, like I said, I just want to put out there, the join button exists. There's been a lot of changes, and so there's new incentives and reasons to want to become a member for just $5. So, yeah. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions about that. Leave comments. If you like this stream and you enjoyed it, consider, hopping into chat, saying hello if you haven't already. Helps me a lot. Helps keep me engaged. But yeah, and as always, member or not, your engagement is highly valued, and I really appreciate it. It really helps keep me going. Every comment, every like, every subscribe, every view is very well appreciated. Really appreciate it. And that's all I got. So I'll see you guys later tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on where you're at. Have a good one.